maybe they can start laying eggs. And
That would be great for all of us. We'll make an omelet. Let me just say a few things. Number one, when it comes to government spending, Americans are in love with the idea of cutting government spending, much more so than they were 5 years ago. I think it's like 55% of Americans who say they want to cut the size of government. They want to make sure it's doing less, not more. I think the number was reversed, was 55% who said it should be doing more back in 2020. So that's one thing. But Elon Musk is not a popular guy. I mean, that's the bottom line here. If he is leading this effort, I think it's going to go it's not going to go as far as it would if Congress was leading the effort. And this, I think, is the big question. Can Republicans in Congress actually get their act together? They have such a thin majority. If they can, and they're the ones who are in charge of cutting the spending, that would be a much better situation for Republicans going into the midterms.
Can I just jump in on something you said? Because I've been a political consultant for a very long time, and I can tell you, yes, polling shows that people want government cut until you start talking to them specifically about what it is that government should be cutting. And then you start talking about taking away my Medicaid or taking away my Medicare or taking away my Social Security or doing things which we all know is the biggest expenditure in Congress and the biggest expenditure in the government. And all of a sudden, they don't like it, right? Because it's fine until it comes for them.
Sure.
Right now it's coming for them.
But who's cutting Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security?
Excuse me,
we're not taking that away from anybody.
There is a proposal from Republicans
but we're not taking that away from anyone.
How could you have voted for the
keep
blueprint?
using this talking point as a scare tactic. Elon Musk, the president, the House Majority Leader, the Senate Leader, we have not cut anyone's Social Security, Medicaid,
how are you cutting $880 billion from the Energy and Commerce Appropriation Committee from the Energy and Commerce Committee unless you cut Medicaid?
Do you think those things are solvent?
Excuse me? Do you think?
Simple question.
Answer my question.
It's a simple financial question.
Do I think
we not need any level of reforms?
I'm sorry.
Let
me ask you a question. You're saying we're not cutting Medicaid.
We're not.
We're not?
Where's the legislation that's been passed by Congress, signed by the president, where there are cuts?
What is this budget blueprint that every single Republican
voted for? It's an idea.
For?
Everybody has an idea. Julie, that doesn't mean the idea has been actualized.
It's not an idea. It is a blueprint that they said,
go
ahead.
Tactic, Julie. It's not a scare tactic. That's what you're doing right now. It's a scare tactic.
Sure, Michael.
We're making cuts.
Sure, Michael.
Where have the cuts occurred?
Why did Congress bother wasting everybody's time voting for a blueprint that said cut $880 billion, from Energy and Commerce? The only way to achieve that is to cut Medicaid. How are they going to do that?
Unicorns exist. Where have we made the cuts? It's a simple question. Where have we made the cuts? Where and when?
Where and when?
No, where and when have we made the cuts?
You put a blueprint forward to allow Congress to do that. Then why did you waste time doing it? Why?
Okay, where have you made the cuts? You've made the cuts, for example, to USAID, which is affecting farmers. It's been done arbitrarily. It is affecting farmers. It is affecting U.S. contractors who had penned contracts with USAID. You are cutting funds by firing thousands and thousands and thousands of government workers, some of them veterans, who we as a country have promised to take care of, and sending them a pink slip through an email and giving them absolutely no recourse. That's where we're cutting funds. I think it's you don't think it's haphazard?
Let me ask you this question, Anna. When Clinton in the 90s cut and fired hundreds of thousands
I'm in 2025,
No,
Michael.
But the point that I'm making, though, if we slow this process down and we do it more methodically, you still would not be happy with that process, I would imagine.
I think that if we cut, I think that most Americans would be in favor, and you tell me, of cutting 5%, 10%, doing it in a methodical way, studied way, so that we are not firing them people.
Okay, I would agree with you there. I would agree with you there that we can at least meet in the middle and figure out who to cut, where to cut, and when.
I love that we just came together right here.
We came together. We're having fun. To stop the train, we will rev it up again after this break ahead. Elon Musk is sharing a MAGA host's desire to